What's going on to all of my Libras? All right, so let's get into it. All right. Let me shuffle up the cards here, okay? So the cards that I come up with are the Eight of Wands, the Nine of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, the Emperor, the Nine of Cups, the Four of Wands, okay, the Eight of Cups, the Three of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and last but not least, the Four of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing here is, it's actually funny because Scorpio just got the Justice card, and I did that reading before this one, but Justice is supposed to represent Libra, so it's quite ironic, right? But you Libras are actually getting an Aries card, which is the Emperor, ironically. But the Eight of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles represents how a lot of you need to understand that you're in a situation right now where you need to understand that what you've got going on for yourselves is you've got a lot of worries. The Eight of Wands and the Nine of Swords is you need to start communicating with the person or people better. You need to start communicating about your feelings. You know, a lot of air signs don't like to do that. Well, too bad. You're going to have to start doing that, or it's going to drive you up a wall. It's going to make you go loop. It's going to make you... Hold on. Let me close the door. All these things going on in the background. Sorry about that. But it's going to make you loopy. And the thing is that the Six of Pentacles represents this being a situation for you where the Six of Pentacles represents the actual person that you need to say something to. So the first three cards already is telling you that you need to learn how to get yourselves into a situation where you are directly speaking to the people that you have problems with. And that in on itself is a skill too. Because people don't understand that is a skill. And it's a skill because it takes skills in order to stand up to the people that you have a problem with and speak up about that, right? Because a lot of times the way that manipulators try it, which is lame if you ask me, manipulators prey on your over compassion and your over sympathy, where they will do something to you. They know that they're doing something to you. But they don't care in that regard, right? Until you say something to them. So they're not going to do it for the sake of being decent people where they're going to treat you well. They're going to have this mentality where, oh, I'm going to continue to do this stuff to you, right? And until you say something, and maybe even after you said something, I'm still not going to pay attention to my own accountability and my own responsibility as to what I'm doing, right? And if you Libras decide that you're not going to talk to them and you're going to avoid them, well, then these people that you have been in relationships with, or you may have had something with, yeah, they're going to continue to prey on that. You see? They're going to continue to prey on that. You know, this is why I'm such an advocate for people actually going and handling business with people that they have beef with. If those people are in your life, this is a lesson. If those people are in your life and they're not going away, then it means that you need to actually directly do something or take action, be proactive, because they're not going away. And then you have the Emperor and the Nine of Cups. Again, the Emperor is a card of direct approach, because the Emperor is a card. Not only does it represent Aries, which is direct confrontation on its own, but the Emperor as a major arcana also represents clearing the way for clearing the forest so that you can see your way, clearing the forest for the trees, meaning actually having the ability to see things for who and what they are, so that you're not just out here really acting like you don't know any better. You know how it is. You know how it is for you to handle business, right? You know what it is that you're supposed to be doing. You know what you're supposed to be doing. And what you're supposed to be doing is you got to directly confront these people to see what it is that they're going to do. The Nine of Cups is that they may act like they don't know what it is that you're talking about. They may get on smugly. They're going to still try to hold that type of approach where they don't know what you're talking about, but they understand what it is that you're talking about. People know when they're treating someone with the lack of respect. They know it, right? They know it. And the Nine of Wands is about how if you happen to be in a relationship with these people, then yeah, you should have said something to them a long time ago. And this may be a warning for you, where you Libras have to warn, I should say from you, where you Libras have to warn the other person that, hey, if you don't learn to shape up or ship out, then you're going to go about your business, because you can't continue to be in a relationship that is disrespectful. For some of you other Libras, the Eight of Cups, well, I should say the Eight of Cups represents two things. The Eight of Cups can either represent, for you Libras who are still in those types of relationships, where you're letting them know where it's a combination of the Four of Wands and the Eight of Cups, where you're letting them know that they better start doing better or you will leave. And for some of you Libras, maybe you've already left, and you're not with the person, but this person may still be in your lives, and you may still have to actually confront this person, to tell this person to get out of your life, because you really don't want them there, and that you want to move on in a healthy way. Now, the three of Wands, I'll say this, the Three of Wands represents, this is a situation for you where they're not going to listen to anything that you're saying, though, even if you try, because they're going to listen. I'll say this. They're going to listen to it, but what they're going to do is they're also going to conflate it into something else. That's what they're going to do. They're going to conflate it into something else. Right? And this is where the psychological, mental framing comes into play. What are they hearing? Right? What are they listening to when you're speaking to them? Right? And it really goes to show you, just kind of listen, just pay attention rather, as to what they're doing and what they're saying, and pay attention to how they're not in their right mentality, because, right? Pay attention to other things too that you could pay attention to, Libra, is pay attention to if they ask you questions, right? Because a lot of times people who have problems don't necessarily ask you questions because they think they know everything. Ego, right? You see? So again, are they asking you questions? If you're not with them, tell them what's going on. Confront them. Tell them that you're not into them. You don't have to confront them face to face, but you can confront them over the phone, through text messages, right? If you think that if you Libras think that you are so much of a, if you Libras think that you are in harm's way, you don't have to confront them face to face. You Libras can confront them over the phone. You can text them. You can call them. Okay, and just listen to, or pay attention to, or both, if you're in a position to, what they say and they do. Okay, the Knight of Wands and the Four of Pentacles represents this being a situation for you where this is how you have to understand that they will conflate the things that you're saying, because again, most of them will conflate the things that you're saying, because They're not in their correct mind frame where they're, in a position to actually listen to that. They're actually all off the map. They're not even around the bullseye. You understand? And that's another thing too, a lot of the times. See, this is why I'm saying that's another thing too, a lot of times that you Libras need to learn to start checking. Whenever it is that it comes to, getting into relationships, ask these people questions, peep game, really observe these people, really listen to what they have to say, and really pay attention to the things that they do. Why? Because when you do that, what's going to happen here is when you do stuff like that, what's going to happen is that you will be able to observe their mentality. People who have a distorted mentality, they conflate things. They're not about getting to the actual essence of what something is, where they're asking you questions back, and it's a reciprocal give and take relationship in actions or in words as well, right? And they're showing you that it's reciprocal. It's conflated. It's them saying and hearing things and doing things that is delusional, because it doesn't have any real basis in reality, right? For instance, if you Libras, let's clarify the Knight of Wands. But for instance, no, let's clarify the Four of Pentacles, because it's more interesting. If you Libras tell this person you're going to the store to get some ice cream, and you told them that, and you heard yourself say that, and they heard you may be cheating, there's an issue there. If you don't have an issue, if you don't have a history of doing that type of stuff with this particular person or ever, or with this person in particular, why would they think that, right? So let's clarify the Four of Pentacles. You have the Two of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, the Six of Wands. Okay, so the Two of Pentacles is that they need to figure out how to treat people with respect. The Five of Wands is they don't know how to do that, because they think that they're going to get played if they actually treat people with respect. They think that people are going to walk all over them and disrespect them. And then you have the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is that, well, it's still their responsibility for them to actually start trusting themselves and start having tougher skin, you know? It's still up to them to start having tougher skin, and for them to not be so thin-skinned and so delicately skinned to the point where, they just get hurt over anything and everything. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Peace, y'all.